Hi, it's Paris from EpicReviewsTech channel, and this should be the last high-definition video that we're going to post. From here on out, we're going 4K. This is the Sony FDR-AX100 camcorder. It's the world's first almost reasonably priced camcorder. Runs about $2,000. They're all ready to sell you a bunch of accessories with it. As great as it is, they did have to make some compromises to get it in at that price point, including not having quite as high a bit rate as some people would have liked. I am very anxious to get this opened up and start recording and see what 4K looks like, but I'll try to do a traditional unboxing here. The usual paperwork, an actual paper user guide, part of the charging system, an HDMI cable. I'm not sure which HDMI standard it meets. This looks to be a USB extender cable. I believe the reason it's like this is supposedly there's a built-in USB cable in the camera itself, but the cord that comes out is only a few inches long. Got a hood, the battery, remote control. This is very similar to the one I have for my Canon, and this has made making videos so much easier. And there's the transformer, the other piece for charging it up, and the camera. This is a handful, or a couple handfuls. Lens cap. This reminds me of my very first camcorder. It was a Sony DVTR-120, I think. And it was heavy, it was kind of clunky, and it had this internal viewfinder that you could use when it was too bright out to see on the LED display. So it doesn't have an automatic closing lens cover. So there's a lens cap to be lost. Nice looking big lens. Tripod attachment. Spot for the battery. Some manual controls I'm not very familiar with. Oh, night shot. Haven't had that since that camera. Very large microphone here. Says it does 5.1 surround sound. And the manual feature for the lens is you can use it for zoom to turn it, or else you can use it to turn it to focus, and there's a button here to turn on and off the autofocus. Here it is with the battery in place. I don't know if they offer a larger capacity battery that probably sticks out more and adds some more weight. And the lens hood on this end. I'm recording this with my cell phone. On the left is the new Sony 4K camcorder. On the right is the camera that I've been using for the past couple years, the Vixia HF-M500, a good mid-range high-definition camera. Quite a difference in size and in weight. This has got to be at least 3 times the weight of this, maybe more. So the FDR-AX100 is about the size and weight of my first digital video camcorder from, I'm thinking 12, 13 years ago. And over those years, the electronics, even though it's gone up to high definition, the electronics have allowed the cameras to get this tiny. This right now is the tiniest Handycam 4K that you can buy, but in a few years' time, they'll squeeze it all into that size. When you first turn it on, you go through some setup screens. Here, this is a touch-based screen. A lot of stuff on the screen. There's a zoom right here. Okay, it's telling me, right, no memory card in here. And the battery's getting a little low. I've got to charge up the battery, figure out about using a memory card, and then I'll be back. As for the SD cards with this camera, I had several lying around that were very fast, UHS-1 speed class, which is faster than the class 10 it says it needs. But when I put them in, it gave me a weird error message about you can't record 4K video on this card. I changed the settings of this to record just standard high definition and it worked fine. Turns out, after doing some more research, those were SDHC cards, which is SD high capacity, and I need SDXC, which is SD extended capacity. So off to Fry's, and they're having a special on this card. It's from Samsung. It's a 64 gigabyte SDXC card, UHS Class 1. I would like to have gotten a Class 3. Those are very new. They're much faster. But this is supposed to work fine in the camera, and it was $39, marked down from $59, and they had it in the store. Those newer Class 3 cards, they seem to come in at about $100 and up. The SD card slot is under this little panel here, and it slides in like this. Now this is a serious size camera, and it's seriously heavy. I'm sure to use this for anything more than a minute or two definitely is going to be two-handed at least. If you'd like more information about this newest Sony Handycam that does 4K, the FDR-AX100, I have a link down below this video. I also have a link for at least one SDXC card that will work with this camera. By the way, I want to mention, in amongst the papers that come with this, there is a coupon for Sony Movie Studio Platinum that will work with the file type of video that gets produced by this. It's about an $80 value, and you get that included with the camera. So there's a lot I have to learn about this camera and the features. I'll make videos as I go along to update you about that. This is the camera I will be using on this channel and on our sister channel, Epic Review Guys, from now on for doing our standard product reviews and whatnot, but not especially 4K optimized content. There's a new channel I have up called The World in 4K. I'll link to that over here. It's a little sparse at the moment, but we'll be out recording every day, putting up unique 4K content, things that should be especially suited to looking nice on a 4K screen, but we'll also do some regular type reviews, things that have a visual appeal that can take advantage of what this camera has to offer. Now, as of March 28th, Sony is sold out of this camera. It looks like it's back ordered, and several other sites are sold out as well. Amazon, though, interestingly, still has it in stock. Again, I have a link down below to check out more about the camera, more about the card. Consider subscribing to our new channel, The World in 4K. I'm headed out right now to get some video for that.